Good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome for today's exclusive webinar on the live trading market, hosted by BlinkX and powered by JM Financial. It's a significant session, especially with today being an expiry day and its monthly last expiry of Nifty. So we have with you who will be sharing the valuable insights and setting the stage for today's discussion. Welcome, Akshay sir, and to all our viewers. If you have any questions related to the derivative segment, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Our research analysts will be addressing you regarding your queries live during this session. So stay tuned and make the most of this opportunity. Thank you.
So good afternoon to all the viewers. Thanks, Divya, for the introduction. It's a very a day where the prices are extremely volatile. So first of all, just to tell you that before the day started, there was an breaking news about the US and India tariff deal going through, where the US have charged a rate of around 25% plus a penalty. That's what the news, that's what the headline was as of yesterday. Now, this is sentimentally negative for the Indian markets because there is a case for a penalty, and this was dragging on for long. So sentimentally negative for short term, but if you were to see positively, the aspect is that this was one of the news which the markets have been waiting for long. In fact, the entire month of July, you can say that all the majority of the other countries had clarity on the tariff structure which was imposed on them, but there was some bit of ambiguity or uncertainty about how much tariff would India be bearing. So if you look at this news positively, the news or whatever tariff now India pays is behind their back, and it doesn't end here because now the negotiations will start, and I won't be surprised if any positives in terms of a reduction in tariff comes in the coming days. So how would you approach the expiry day? Because you had a gap down start to the day. Post the gap down start, if you look at the way the Nifty has reacted, initially there were a few nervous moments. If you look at the BlinkX screen, I'm looking at the 5-minute chart of the Nifty, the candlestick chart, and you see the day started at the levels of 24640, which where the day started. And after that, there was a few nervous moments for the first half an hour, and after that, Nifty showed a healthy recovery, a bounce back all the way till around 24,800. This is the story as of now till 12 o'clock. And in this 3 hours, we came out with a buy in terms of a strategy where a bull call spread was recommended, where we booked out good profits in this trade. We recommended this right in the early mornings, and I believe as BlinkX users, you must have got access to our calls, which would have come on your mobile app as the day started. Also, we gave a Sensex call when the day started, and I think that there also the play, the move on the expected lines, and our targets were hit. So how do we approach the second half of the day? That is the major question for which we have this small webinar scheduled for you. Now, if you look at the Nifty, there has been a slight corrective action from the high point of 24,820. This is a spot chart. On this, I have imposed a Bollinger Band, which is a 20 and 2. This is the setting for the Bollinger Band, which I'm comfortable with. This is on a 5-minute chart. And if you will see the lower end, there is an RSI chart which I have simultaneously plotted on the screen. So अगर आप ओवरऑल ये पूरा सेटअप देखेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं एक नेगेटिविटी जो दिन स्टार्ट कर रहा था, शुरुआत हुई थी, वो पूरा एब्जॉर्ब हो चुका है और बाजार कहीं ना कहीं एक पॉजिटिव मोमेंटम या ट्रैक्शन दिखा चुका है. अभी हमें यही पॉजिटिव मोमेंटम खेलना है, क्योंकि आज एक क्लैरिटी मिल पा रही है कि कहीं ना कहीं एक शॉर्ट कवरिंग का दौर है, मंथली एक्सपायरी है, और किस लेवल पे मैं कहाँ क्या खरीदूं वो मुझे अभी ढूंढ के निकालना है. तो टेक्निकली अगर मैं इस चीज को देखूं प्राइस एक्शन से, तो इमीडिएटली जो सपोर्ट बन के आ रहा है वो है करीबन 24,700 से 24,725. This is the swing high which we saw in the morning. We saw a slight low after that, और उसके बाद हमने अच्छी रिकवरी की. तो 24,700 to 24,725. This 25-point range is the support zone based on the technical charts. Second, if you were to look at the Bollinger Bands, there is a slight moving average support at 24,750, where we are almost there. And the major support point for the day is somewhere where the day started, which is 24,650. अगर आप कुछ दिनों पहले, 2 दिन पहले वो लो पॉइंट देखेंगे, ये 24,600 का था, जहां से मार्केट ने ऑल द वे ये पॉइंट रिकवर करा था 24,800 का. So somewhere we are giving a major support or importance to the levels of 24,600 to 24,650 levels. Traders, two levels of support you have to buy the market. One is first support at 24,700 to 725, and in case that fails, then straight away 24,650 to 600. That is the second support zone. So these two support zones is where you write it down on a piece of paper. Coming to the resistance, technically the resistance which is evident right now is 24,800 to 24,820 zone, because right now after hitting that high we have corrected by about 40-50 points from the day's high. So note down these points. These points are going to be very useful to us in our analytics in the second half of the day. Now we will switch over to the options chart. If you look at the options, complete option chain, which we call, where you have left the calls and right you have the puts on the BlinkX screen. I've gone to the options scanner. First, what you always look in the options scanner is highest आपका open interest call और put में कहाँ पे है, क्योंकि ये हमें एक rough idea देगा कि options का writing कहाँ पे आज लोग फिलहाल बिठा रहे हैं. तो एक क्लैरिटी से आइडिया आ रहा है कि 25,000 का कॉल और 24,700 का पुट, ये स्ट्राइक्स है जहां पे हाईएस्ट ओपन इंटरेस्ट फिलहाल एट दिस मोमेंट बिठाया हुआ है ऑप्शन राइटर्स ने. ये एक अजम्पशन रहता है जब भी हम ऑप्शन राइटर्स अज्यूम करके चल रहे कि 24,700 ये अपना सपोर्ट बेस है और 25,000 ये अपना रेजिस्टेंस है. और अगर पीसीआर भी अगर देखें, पीसीआर इज पुट कॉल रेशियो व्हिच टेल्स यू हाउ मेनी पुट्स आर देयर इन द सिस्टम कंपेयर्ड टू हाउ मेनी कॉल्स आर देयर इन द सिस्टम. तो पीसीआर 1.18 का मतलब रहता है कि पुट्स फिलहाल सिस्टम में ज्यादा है, और एक्सपायरी डे होने के चलते एक अजम्पशन लेके चल रहे हैं कि पुट्स का पल्ला ज्यादा है, मींस इट मींस दैट द पुट राइटर्स आर heavier in the system. The chances of the market cracking major from here looks a low probability, at least till the time this PCR stays above 1. You have nothing to worry about. So keep a careful watch on this PCR on your Blinkit screen till it is above when the view is positive. 24,700 put में अगर आप प्रीमियम देखेंगे, it is roughly around 18 rupees. So you can expect that 24,680 to 24,700. This is a short term इंट्राडे. शॉर्ट टर्म माने तो अगर अगले एक घंटे में मुझे क्या करना है, 24,680 24,700 इज द सपोर्ट, एंड यू हैव द ऑप्शंस पुट राइटिंग सपोर्ट एट 24,700. और टेक्निकल चार्ट्स पे भी मैंने हम जैसे हमने पहले स्टडी किया कि 24,700 के आसपास एक सपोर्ट जोन बैठ रहा है. अगर आप देखें तो हम फिलहाल 24,760 के आसपास ट्रेड हो रहे हैं. और अगर ऑप्शंस का चेन में अगर आप ओपन देखेंगे कि कहां पे हाईएस्ट चेंज हो रहा है, तो आप देखिए कि कहीं ना कहीं पुट्स में 24,700 और 24,750 में काफी ओपन इंटरेस्ट चेंज है, और कॉल्स में जो हाईएस्ट ओपन इंटरेस्ट चेंज है वो करीबन है 24,800. तो क्लैरिटी है कि 24,700 24,800 ये एक अगले 2 घंटे के लिए रेंज एक्टिव रहेगा. सो नाउ this setup is there where we are buying at 24,700 and we are trying to book profits near 24,800 and 800 to 850. That is the target for intraday. Because the call is 25,000, so 850 पार करता है, क्योंकि 25-24,800 के प्रीमियम में आप देखें तो 27 रुपए, तो कम से कम 24,830 अगर ब्रेक करेगा निफ्टी आज, तो 24,800 के कॉल राइटर्स को पेन प्रेशर आएगा, और दे विल बी फोर्स्ड टू राइट और एग्जिट देयर राइटिंग बेट्स एट 24,800, in which case they will shift to 25,000. So right now what the trade is, there are two trades which I always recommend on this platform. One is for our option writer and the second is for the option buyer. तो सबसे पहले अगर आप ऑप्शन राइटर है तो आपको थोड़ा सेफ खेलना है पुट्स में और कॉल्स में, क्योंकि राइटिंग में अनलिमिटेड लॉसेस का हमेशा रिस्क रहता है, although it is a high probability trade. So I would say that go for strike of 2400 and 650, 24,650 if you are writing puts. 24,650 7 रुपीज का प्रीमियम है, इसको अब बेचे, और ऊपर में अगर कॉल बेचना है तो आपको 25,000 जो है 3 रुपए 20 पैसे, वो थोड़ा क्लोज हो जाएगा, तो कॉल के लिए थोड़ा वेट करें. 25,000 अगर आपको 6 और 7 रुपए में मिलता है, 3.5 रुपए है, तो ही आप इसको बेचना. अभी फिलहाल मत बेचिए. पुट्स बेच के आप यू कैन स्टार्ट योर डे. If you get a 25,000 call at 6 or 7 rupees, you sell it. The whole idea is we are trying to capture 10 to 12 rupees premium in the next 3 hours. If you are an option writer, probability of success of this trade is very high. Risk is also high, but you have to keep a stop loss about 25,000 or below 24650 in this trade. Now coming to the second part of the trade, which is buying, जहां पे हम 0-0 ट्रेड्स हमें आपको हमेशा रेकमेंड करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे आपको 24,800 ये कॉल मिल रही है 41 रुपीज में. तो इसको आपको बारीकी से टारगेट करना है कि मुझे ये लेना है. तो अभी 44 रुपीज का प्रीमियम है. अगर आपको हल्के से डिप में 24,800 अभी स्पॉट बढ़ता जा रहा है तो ये प्रीमियम भी आपका बढ़ता हुआ दिखेगा. 46 में हाई रिस्क ट्रेडर्स करंट मार्केट में बाय करके अगले 20-25 रुपए में बुक कर सकते हैं 44 रुपीज में. अगर आपको पूरा एक्सपायरी के लिए गेम बिठाना है, आपके पास 2 लॉट है, एक लॉट अभी बाय कर लीजिए 24,800 पे, और दूसरा लॉट थोड़े से डिप में करीबन 30 और 25 के रेंज में मिलता है, तो वहां पे बाय कर लीजिए. कुल मिला के एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि एक्सपायरी 24,800 850 के ऊपर हो सकती है या उसके आसपास हो सकती है. तो वी आर मेंटेनिंग अ पॉजिटिव व्यू ऑन द मार्केट. इट इज जस्ट अ मैटर ऑफ टाइमिंग योर ट्रेड्स, बिकॉज आज एक्सपायरी है, तो सही ऑप्शन चुनना भी एक आर्ट है आज के लिए. तो work with the strike of 24,800 to buy calls. Best price I've told you, one lot you're working, buy at current market price. Book in case it bounce by 20-25 points. If not, try to time it around 25 rupees on a dip, and again target 25 to 30 points on this particular trade. So this is the setup for today, a positive view which we have on the markets, and wishing you all the best for the remainder three hours of the expiry. Thank you.
Akshay sir, I have a question regarding that. Donald Trump has imposed a tariff of 25% on Indian goods. Will be imposing on 1st of August. So will it impact our Indian market?
See, the US policies on on global level have been active since the last 1.5-2 months. So there was a suspense as to how much the tariff will be on India, because most of the countries knew their tariff structure. India was the uncertainty factor. So yesterday evening, they have imposed 25%. What my understanding is, recently there was some changes. It was 10% before, now it has gone to 25%. But markets had factored in roughly 20 to 25% in the last few days of price action. If you see, there was continuous slide in Nifty, and this was exactly because of it, because markets ने ये चीज factor कर लिया था कि कहीं ना कहीं 20-25% आना है. So what was expected, exactly that has happened. The only slight caveat or the disclaimer is वो एक्स्ट्रा पेनल्टी उन्होंने लगाया है. वो कितना पेनल्टी है अभी तक वो क्वेश्चन मार्क है कि ये 25% के ऊपर पेनल्टी कितना लगेगा, बिकॉज ही सेइंग इज दैट वी आर सपोर्टिंग रशिया. सो ही इज ऑफ द ओपिनियन रशिया और यूक्रेन का वॉर जितना जल्द हो सके वो वॉर शुड एंड. So he feels that we are a friend of Russia, and that's the reason that penalty is there. And I believe that extra penalty is a question mark. Leaving that aside, since 25% is an expected line, I do not feel that there is going to be any major downside in the market because of this news. In fact, that you can expect a recovery because the news has been invested.
Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you all for being a part of this webinar. We hope you have gained valuable insights. For more market knowledge, tools, and strategies, stay connected with Blinkx and powered by JM Financial.
Thank you.
Have a great day ahead and happy trading. And thank you so much, Akshay sir.